Okay, so let's talk about Windows 8, which was the precursor to Windows 10. Windows 10 was a very good operating system, in my opinion. Windows 7 was also a very good operating system. Windows 8 felt like an in between operating system. It wasn't quite, I would say, matured. It never had an opportunity to mature because Microsoft sort of um, kicked that one out in its infancy, I would say. And to start with, Windows 8, the design concept of these tiles that you see right here all came from this whole tiles user interface from the Zune HD actually. It came from the Zune HD. You see those tiles? And that's where those tiles design concept came from. And then from that, they transferred that user interface into the Windows Phone and then to its companion, which was Windows 8. Now, I would say that even though it seemed like a good idea to have these tiles, especially if you had touch devices like tablets, so that you could have like this touch friendly interface with these tiles, and then you could just transform right into the desktop if you wanted. But the problem with that is that a lot of the tablets that they had they weren't powerful enough to run Windows 8. So Microsoft had a brilliant idea of coming up with the lesser form of Windows 8. I think it was called the RT version, and it just confused the whole platform. And it came to a point where you couldn't install desktop apps on those RT versions, but you could install them on a full blown Windows 8 platform, like on a computer like this one. Now, this whole concept, although it may have worked on a tablet, did not work very well on a laptop because, to be honest, this laptop, for example, is not a touchscreen. There's no rationale for me to be working with this user interface. These tiles are way too big. Why are they occupying so much space? Why do I need my apps just in this design? Now, whoever came up with the idea may have thought that, oh, it would be good for touch interfaces, but for for touch screens, that is. But for a computer like this, it didn't make much sense. So no, I think Windows 8 outlived its usefulness, especially that tile design. But I would say that outside of that, Windows 8 was quite versatile. I mean, having the ability to switch from the tile or touch friendly interface straight into the desktop mode is actually quite nice. If I am in the this interface and I just start typing anything, you see how it just pops up on the side there? That was very, very convenient to have. And I could do the switch with the Windows logo here. You see that? Very fast and very quick. And there's another trick that it had. If you move your cursor to the corner here, you see it pops up this menu here, like the search. You could do a computer wide search or share devices and settings. Those were easy menus. And over here, you could switch between windows just by moving your cursor to that side. And obviously, to this corner, it gives you the start menu as well. And here, the same as the side menu. So I think that said, it had the ability to be good, especially if you don't overly bloat your system.